Good morning and welcome back to Turkey Trippin 2023. It's the second morning for me in Missouri here, and Bart yesterday morning when I was out hunting, he was out listening and he had birds in this area. So I'm going to try this area here. I don't think I've ever turkey hunted in this area. Deer hunted once in this area, that direction. I've definitely morel hunted with Bart in the direction I'm going, and so I do have an idea of what this ridge top looks like, but this is where Bart heard some birds yesterday, so we're going to go in there and give him a poke. It was supposed to be raining this morning, depending on which weather app you looked at. One had it definitely raining all night and this morning, and the other one had it starting to rain around anywhere from 8 to 10 o'clock, depending on what time you were looking at the weather. So I decided I'd wake up and see what the weather was when I got up. And it was dry, and all the forecasts now on both weather apps have the rain starting later in the morning, so should be able to get 2, 3, 4 hours of hunting in before the rain comes in. It's heavy overcast because of that, and it should be gobble time 10 minutes or so, maybe 15, so we're going to get our stuff on, head over there. Currently, there's a bird gobbling, like over top of where I'm parked, probably within 100 yards of the car. There's another bird that just gobbled for the first time up here on the private. Now we got hard decisions to make. I might ease up to the top of this ridge. I didn't want to get up here too fast and too loud, because there might be a bird up here. Boy, there's an armadillo or something just tearing up the leaves up here. Yeah, it's an armadillo. Dang, this ridge top is pretty. It's a good thing I didn't go flying up to this ridge top. There's a bird on top of it gobbling, and I just knocked a hen off the tree. Hopefully that armadillo can give me some cover sound. I might have to just sit down somewhere. Try to get a better location on this guy. Hopefully he hasn't seen me or anything. I want to get away from the property boundary. Seeing a whole lot of big trees. I'm sure you can probably hear them. Man, I'm hearing birds. this out just a little bit, real quiet. Then we'll sit down. I'm kind of on the back roll of this ridge top, of this hilltop. Anything I can see is in range. I'm afraid to try to get to a big tree up higher because it doesn't sound like he's that far in. I think here in a minute or two we'll call to him a little bit because there was a hen right up over here. Knocked her out of the tree. Man, that little tree might cause me some issues. I think I can work with it. I'm near the border. Border's on my right. I'm hoping I'll be able to hear footsteps in these leaves and keep track of them. I probably won't be able to shoot till he's at a 35 or so. Maybe 30. He's got to be right around 100 yards or so. That sounds like he's on the ground. There's all kinds of leaf noise. I can't tell what's what. It's on the right somewhere.
My cameras are gonna go dead and everything as we play with this guy for an extended period of time. He hadn't moved. Probably got a really good spot up there that he can see a ways, and he knows it. I want to come off of his spot. That seemed like it might have been closer. That was a hen just picked up and flew. That hen did not seem spooked. It just seemed like she just flew where she wanted to. Oh, I see him. I see him and I hear him. He's coming. should have shot him a little earlier. I had to wait to make sure he crossed the boundary. Boy, once he came, he just started coming. Once he decided to go. I don't know if he had that hen over there, and she just flew for no reason. She just flew. Oh. No, don't go that direction. No, not that way. See, I think that's the sign right there. It's hard to tell in the screen. I think the sign's right there. I knew these two trees were my border when he got on this side of those trees. You see the border right here? That's why I did not want to set up too close to that stinking border. When he started flapping, he started going kind of downhill diagonal and got out into the border. We don't need that. We don't need those hassles. I cannot believe we're 2 days in a row here in Missouri. Tell you what, we got us a really nice bird here. Look at this absolute paintbrush. Look at the thickness on that joker. My word, he has got quite the head. That's well over an inch. Look at that joker. Show you my setup over here. Boy, it really wasn't bad at all from that perspective over there. So this was the big tree. He was roosted somewhere up over here, and there's not a whole lot of bigger choices, and the further you get that way, the more I thought he'd see me or something. So I set up on this big tree, and he went to the right. Well, when he gobbled a little ways out, I flipped over onto this side of the tree and then imitated turkey scratching, getting it out. You know, every once in a while I'd get a little more out. So I was just sitting right in here, had my shoulder on here and my other shoulder over here, and I was worried that I was completely exposed in the backside, but I really wasn't. That was a fairly sizable tree. So I left my vest there. I didn't bring it around the tree with me. I was hoping he was going to come more from down this way because the border kind of goes away from me here, and so I have more distance here. You know, I probably got 45 yards here versus 35 yards here, the way it angles back. So I was hoping he'd come this way and give me a better, some more buffer, but the way he walked in, boy, he just walked right in. Dang. Look at this, poor guy's got a burr in his feathers, like a cuckleburr. Maybe he just got that. Or maybe he's been strutting all morning with it. The way his feathers looks, it looks like he's kind of maybe had that. Man, what a beautiful bird. What a beautiful bird. Oh, crap. Gun cam's still on. It just vibrated to say, hey, you're still on, stupid. Empty shell is still in the chamber, but that's still on. I think this was running. Yesterday it shut off on me. I don't know if it did not run out of power, and it did not run out of SD card space. It may have gotten overheated yesterday. Pretty warm right now, as is this one. That one's warm too. They don't like to run that long. We'll sit down here and enjoy our morning. Telling you what a morning. What a set of 40 or 24 hours it's been. It's only 7:27 right now. I probably shot them at 7:15 or so. It's been a little while at this point. I got the other one at about 7:45, 7:50. So it's not quite been 24 hours yet. And today I've got my coffee. So we are going to sit here and have a little and enjoy this morning. I'm glad I didn't give any real credence to the weather forecast. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come out. It completely changed overnight. I looked at it right before I went to bed, and I was thinking, man, I'm going to get up. It's going to be drizzling outside. And as I was trying to fall asleep last night, I heard some rain hit the roof, hit the steel roof. But it wasn't much. When I opened the door this morning, and the ground outside was dry, car was dry, I was like, dang, really didn't do much of anything last night. Check the forecast, all the rain's pushed off to the right on the timeline. Man, this guy's got a snood. This is a nice bird, real nice bird. They're all nice. I haven't figured out a way how to say it eloquently, but I say all longbeards are like shooting an 8-point buck. They're all nice. Some are bigger than others. Some are better than others. Some had more fun hunts, more interesting hunts. Some were a struggle. But all longbeards are like a nice 8-point buck. Some longbeards are a 10-point buck. And that's a fact. But they're all nice 8-point bucks. I'd call a fun Jake maybe a big 6. It took this guy a little while, but he finally came over, and I don't know if he came over because that hen picked up and flew off. She was close to him. She was closer to him than I was at the time, but she wasn't that close to him. I don't know if he even had her around. She may have been just, now that I think about it, maybe I was listening to her over here scratching and feeding, as well as I heard squirrels, because I could hear the squirrels' nails on the tree bark over here. And she was over here, and maybe he was trying to attract her. And when she picked up and flew, she didn't put or make any noise. She just flew. And I'm pretty high up on a ridge right here. Hilltop ridge system. I think that was it. When she left, I let him know that I was still here. And that's when he started getting closer and closer, and that's when I started seeing him. I could see him through some little lanes, through the trees here. There's enough green up on the ground that You know, at low level, you can't see a long ways. You can still see a good ways. But with me being still right here and just seeing flashes of him as he's coming, boy. And then when he gobbled right here, I was like, man, he's only 50, 60 yards right here, right behind this kind of thicker junk right there. Man. I purposefully put away all my turkey cleaning stuff, vacuum sealer and knives and everything. Purposely put it all away just to make it hard to get out. I figured if I left it out thinking I might need it again, we wouldn't need it again. So I put it all away to make it a little bit of a hassle to get it all out. When you're playing those boundary line games, the private public boundary line games, I prefer to be further from it. I prefer to be just past my max range, effective range of my shotgun. But with him gobbling right over there, you know, I would have preferred to have been on there's a big oak over there. That would have been a better place I would have preferred to have been. But with him just seemingly right over there, I didn't know if I could walk through all these leaves and everything and get to it. Maybe what I should have done was go back down this hill a little bit and go across, because there was that armadillo that was working through here making a lot of noise. So I don't think especially if I went downhill a little bit and my noise wasn't going directly to him, it was kind of going over him. I think that would have been better. I can't look back there. I got a crick in my neck for the last few days. Oh, getting old sucks. But anyway, what an awesome morning. We're just going to enjoy this. But enough of me rambling, I guess. I'm just going to sit here a while, enjoy this morning. Enjoy this bird before I make him ugly. Finish my coffee at my pace. I got a pellet in his snood. And this big fellow weighed in at a healthy 22.5 pounds. It's hard to complain about a 24 hours like that. Hope you liked this video. If you did, give us that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down there, bell for notifications, and as always, thanks for watching.